The craft. Alright, alright. Huh. I remember doing stuff today. Ah, yes. I was, going about the normal physics classes today. And, it's fun. Teacher's good. Um, class is good. Fun times. And I was watching more of that YouTube channel that I love and stuff, right? I'm gonna make a shield. This is scary. But I was thinking about yikes. As always, there's the sense of crippling underperformance in my life. Like I'm not achieving what I should. That the cycles I repeat every day I'm doomed to live for through eternity, right? And you know, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with staying a static person, and I don't think you should be either. People are destined for change. We all are. You have to accept that. Damn, this music is really good. Um, and I've realized today that my natural lust for learning is, I'd like to say, it's returned. Where did that cave go? Um, Something clicked to me clicked for me in my physics class. We were talking about uh, charges on particles, on electrons and stuff. I was like, the pluses don't actually mean anything. They're the absence of electrons, right? But the reason they're pluses is because they represent potential energy. And this was like a mind blower for me. I was like, yo, that's absurd. It 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 amazes me what the human mind can achieve. Even at its lowest, even when there's no one else for it. Right? The human mind is a thing that we will likely never fully understand. And we have to just be okay with that. Now, recently I've been running out of things to talk about. I can't just sit down and yap about how uncomfortable I am with my situations and with how I'm living, because I live a privileged life. We were playing GeoGuessr in my Discord server earlier today, and I was having a blast, but it made me realize how fortunate I am to be living in a fairly well-off family with a lot of well-off people, because we saw some Indian homes, some Philippines homes, and the average level of poverty, of wealth there is so much less than we have it in North America and Western countries. I'm not saying that it's their fault. It is definitely not their fault. But as a society, we have so many of these rigid rules that prevent people in countries that aren't being abused, people in countries that are being abused, from actually earning a livable salary and employ offshore workers. Wahaha. Because you should. If you are a reasonable company, it does benefit you to employ offshore workers, but you should be paying them more than the salary they would otherwise get in their country, right? That is a good thing to do. It encourages more globalization of wealth, and globalization of wealth is a good thing. Everybody on this planet deserves to have an equal chance at life. It is what you do with your life diamonds that should be the judge for how you are rewarded. If you're a lazy slob who plays League all day and has the initials JW, maybe you don't deserve fat stacks because you just live in a better country than other people, right? The economic world is broken, and the world economically is broken, and it's up to us, the protagoners, is that how you say it? Of the new generation of this world, because the current political leaders are dying out. Donald Trump, dead soon. From old age, probably. God forbid he gets murdered. That would be horrible. And it's up to people who actually aren't leaning on social programs to control the world. We need to stop putting all of our money to the elderly. Granted, the elderly do deserve money for their work, but we need to encourage more wealth building instead of these... What the hell? Instead of encouraging these repetitive cycles of people not being able to afford a livable wage anymore. For God's sakes. Because economically, I don't think the world has been in a worse place since the Great Depression. We're living in a recession right now. People can't afford homes, even with like 5 years of the median salary. People can't afford it. You're seeing people go day to day, barely being able to live, and they're getting shackled by rent. If you don't have this absurd fat cash cow salary, you're gonna be screwed over. Because it's like the Vimes Boots theorem. Amazing books. Terry Pratchett was an amazing writer. It's a shame he went so early. But essentially the theorem is this: if poor people, people who can't afford as much, are gonna be stuck buying cheaper things. They're gonna be stuck paying rent and stuff. And subscriptions, even though they seem cheaper now, are always going to build up to be more in the future, because that's how the economy is built right now. For God's sakes, even mortgages are turning out to be more expensive in some situations. That's horrible. Okay? And people don't deserve to live in economies of scale where they're just getting screwed over. Economic disparagement has never been worse in the United States. Maybe when John D. Rockefeller was around, I'll give you that, but we are living in a time of rapid change, and we need to manage this smartly before it gets out of control and we're all screwed over by the people at the top, right? Now, I'm no communist. I don't think that everybody should be paid equally, but I am a socialist. And I think it's revolution time. Don't you see what I'm saying? Revolution time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I'm sorry. You probably heard my mom. I do have to go to sleep now. Thanks. I'll see you in the next one.